I'd like to introduce you.
See, you guys don't know the lines. Wake up! Wake up!
Okay,
Do it again.
Hello, Australia. This is Gene Simmons of KISS, and I'd like to introduce you to...
Paul Stanley of KISS, who wants to introduce you to Ace Frehley of KISS. What's the name of the new drummer?
All right, I think his name is, his name is,
Hey,
oh, wait a minute, I remember. His name is Eric Carr, and he's incredible.
Okay.
Now get out of here.
Tell me about your outfits. I mean, did you design your own outfits, all of you? And tell me what each outfit means. And I'll start with you, Ace.
Well,
that means a cucumber.
I think this outfit is self-explanatory. I mean, you know, this is part of a kind of a V shape. This is my utility belt, and we don't want to go any below than my waist area because that's reserved for concert payers. Yeah.
I understand that.
But,
and after it's all over, they say, this is what we paid for.
And that's right. They always feel short-changed.
I stole this from Flash Gordon, and, you know, I have my cape. Yeah.
But you're kind of like a spaceman, huh?
No, actually, I'm a plumber. On the side. Look.
Well, listen, I got a little piece of pipe backstage I'd like to have you work on.
Tell me about it. Oh, you won't let it, but I like that.
You old sweet talker, you.
This is Ace Frehley. I'm very spaced out. And that's exactly what this show needs. Rock on.
Take 456. Action!
Hello, Australia. This is Gene Simmons of KISS, and I'd like to introduce you to...
Paul Stanley of KISS, who's going to introduce you to Ace Frehley of KISS, who's going to introduce you to...
Ace Frehley of KISS, who is... This is Eric Carr.
Okay. Good. All right. Okay.
When we first started playing, we had to get used to wearing these kind of shoes. And Ace is notorious for his bad balance. And maybe the first couple of months that we were on tour, invariably, once a night, you would hear a thud on stage, and you would look, and Ace would be sprawled out. And being troopers, we would run over and play over.
These guys were incredible.
It was
if I would fall on
choreographed.
the stage, these guys would run over to me and make believe like it was part of the show. They'd stand over me, and we'd do like this. You know, I'm looking up and they're looking down. We put the guitars together and bounce them off and
People would
turn
love
around.
it. There goes the lead
Well,
guitarist.
that's part of the show.
Don't be stupid. These are like the gods of rock. You should be like down on our knees.
Yeah. Why don't you show a little respect for your mother?
Sure, whatever you say.
Now get lost.
You got it. Just got strangled by KISS.
I'm in your band.
Never a dull moment. Let me tell you something about Ace. When we were first starting out, we had a Mylar front to the bass drum. We would play these clubs, and we're still trying to figure out who it is that we are, what it is that we're trying to put across. And Ace ultimately... Ace, yeah, look at him. Hi, Mom. Ace ultimately would look into the Mylar and start laughing at himself.
I thought he liked me. He kept up.
Having a rotten time, right, Tom?
I'm having an awful time.
Take it easy. It'll get better.
Sit home, kids. Like this. Beautiful.
Now all we need is a chainsaw.
Chainsaw. Well, I just happen to have.
Because, I mean, when you realize that a lot of the people at the show have been waiting 3 or 4 months to come see us, and this is like the big night for them. And when you see all these people screaming and crying and all that,
Crying. Why did I spend all that money? I spent all this money.
This is it. He goes up to the air. We're out of here.
True confession time, right here. Huh? True confession time, right here. Exclusive on the Tom Snyder program.
I think I'm a pretty good role model.
Get beat up
Before you guys came on, They gave me a little sheet on each one of you to read, you know, where you're from and how you grew up and blah, blah, blah. And the note said, Now, Ace seems to be the most laid back of the four, and he's the one who'll probably be the hardest to make talk. Now, you want to...
Well, this is not Ace.
Oh, this isn't
No, this is George. This is George.
I'm an imposter. Ace is back in his ass.
That's true.
We got our roadmap.
Who's on first? What's on second?
He's the one, all right. Almost tore my arm off.
Jean's clean.
A pussycat. Almost. Hi, Curly.
I read on the sheet that they gave me where they said that it's hard to get you out of your shell.
It's hard for me to talk. I'm very introverted.
Try to cheer down. That you wanted to go for a ride in the first spaceship or a rocket ship or something like that.
Are you referring to the space shuttle?
The space shuttle that you wanted.
Yes, I would prefer to have a ride on the first space shuttle if it's feasibly possible. I was speaking to Pat, and I said, "You got any info?
Secret
See
ambitions.
if you can get me a ticket on that. I'd be very interested in that because I'm into technology."
I think Ace doesn't need anything. I think he can just
already
power
in there.
himself. up, you know? His own power.
Ace's limo just right up there.
And cue.
No, come here, come here.
Action!
Turn around. Look, it's rock and roll.